Hello everyone, and welcome to another rendition of XGR
In the morning.
Bro Up Edition. Yeah, massive
Explosion noise. Sorry. Got a little torg in there.
It's implied I'm punching you.
It's implied I'm punching.
I don't know why. But I am your host for this one, Chriz, aka The Mole. Joining me as usual is the stay-at-home dad gamer, Ricktor Hammer.
Hello.
And also joining us as usual, all the way in from Australia itself, give it up for the Fallen Angel.
May heaven guide you.
So, that takes us to the first part, which is the XGR news. Bro up! Richter, are you ready first to give us your news-tality?
Yes. That needs to be the hashtag newstality. I like it. Okay. First up, for the I believe it was at the San Diego Comic-Con. Evo, I can't remember which one. They had a trailer for another trailer for the new Killer Instinct coming out, and at the end of it, they heavily hinted at Chief Thunder being the next character that's revealed. So for my bro back in New Jersey, maybe he can land the bean mix. But that'll be kind of cool, just because he was one of, like, I don't know how many characters were in Killer Instinct, like 10 or something. But seeing as how he was in both of them, it makes sense that he'd be there.
Nice.
And then they had a poll, I don't remember where, I think it was in Japan, to vote for a new Tekken character. And the one that won is a female vampire. So she doesn't have a name or anything yet, but yeah, I think the design actually looks pretty cool. She looks more like a Soul Calibur character to me, if that makes sense, but she looks pretty cool, so.
I'll have to see that. I do like Tekken, and I do like vampires. And I do like females. So there's not a single part that could go wrong.
3 out of 3 ain't bad.
Although, to be fair, I also said the same thing without knowing it was from a manga and stuff when the second was out of, cool, I love Tekken, and I love dinosaurs. There's no way Gon's not going to be awesome. Then when he does his fart thing first, I was like, that's the greatest move ever.
Oh, man. And then third piece is on the Wii U eShop, they stealth released Earthbound this week, which is pretty cool. One I was looking forward to, so I will pick that up. I was a little dismayed that it's $10, where I believe the normal price for Super Nintendo games is $8. Excuse me. So I assume that they are trying to. They know people will pay $10 for it, so it feels a little.
It might also be because some of them have been a little bit more priced, at least on our store over here. If they were Japanese first, and they've had to do extra work to translate it.
Oh well, they shouldn't, because it did come out in America 19 years ago or whatever someone said.
True then. Which one am I thinking of that didn't come out? Morpher. I'm thinking of Morpher.
Yeah, well, Earthbound didn't, or Mother did not come out in Europe, so maybe that's the reason why. Maybe they actually localized it for there too, so I could see that. But yeah, we only got that. That was Mother 2 was Earthbound, and there's 3 of them, and the West has only gotten 1, and I guess Europe has not gotten any, which sucks. But yeah, it was a pretty cool game.
And like I said, it may have been Morpher 1 or whatever, but I thought one of them hadn't been released outside of Japan.
Oh, okay.
I may have been extremely wrong.
And
nothing, I just said, but continue.
Okay. And my last piece of news, this will appeal to several contingents. Hopefully Chris didn't also have this one, but there's a Kickstarter for a game called Chroma Squad.
I did not.
Which is basically, it's a game where you manage a TV studio to make Sentai TV shows. So you hire and customize actors, you choose their color and their roles, and you give them skills, and you get equipment, and you hire monsters and stuff. Like, it actually seems like it could be pretty cool, and I like the idea of that you basically like a Sentai Studio Tycoon or something.
Nice. I'd probably. I'll be honest. I'd probably play the shit out of that. Not because I'm a big fan of Sentai, but because I like stuff like that, like the movies and all that.
Yeah.
How about you, Kage? Would you be playing that?
It sounds interesting. I'd probably have to look it up and have a look at it.
Fair enough. Was that your last bit of news?
Yep, that is my last bit of news.
Okay, then. How about you, Fallen Angel? Do you have any news this week?
Not really. I
Yeah.
really couldn't be fucked to do much today, and I'm tired as all hell. So I haven't actually looked anything up. Yay me.
That's okay.
But I will say, San Diego Comic-Con, those bastards! they all got to see episode 1 of Korra. Bastards! And they got to see episode 1 of S.H.I.E.L.D. Bastards!
Yes, they did. And they also got to see hot women cosplaying. Bastards!
And guys cosplaying as hot women. I'm going to let that one go.
Hi, Simon. It's no wonder he probably doesn't listen to our stuff. But, okay, my 3 bits of news. I will go in reverse order with my biggest one last, which, as Ricktor knows and as Kage probably knows, my biggest one is only biggest probably to me. Well, that's how that normally ends up working. It's been a bit of bad times for EA recently. A verdict has been reached in a lawsuit between the original Madden programmer, I believe his name's Robin, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, Antonic, and EA, regarding Antonic's more than 11 million in damages is what he's got, and he's hoping to pursue for games after 1996, which would give him probably revenues that exceed $3 billion.
Wow.
And positive and negative flip side here is positive. EA have had 30% growth in its digital distribution compared to last year, earning what was it, 482 million compared to last year's 342 million. The downside is the actual hard copies of stuff has gone down, and the packages and other goods and stuff has gone down, earning 452 million as opposed to last year's 592 million. So yeah, that was the EA news. And no one cares.
I guess it sucks to be them. More so than usual.
Yeah. The second one is a game was announced for PS4, and it sort of just sprung on me. I didn't know this game existed, and then they've shown off more of it, called Basement Crawl. Have you heard of that, Ricktor?
I have not.
Bloober Team is a Polish developer that's been tolling away at various platforms for several years. Amen, its PlayStation Vita game, is probably its best known project, and today they revealed, when at the time of this article came up, it said they revealed their new PS4 game called Basement Crawl. The greatest inspiration for Basement Crawl is Bomberman and Spy v Spy.
Oh wow, I remember that game.
Basement Crawl is going to be a maze-based action game where the idea is to decimate the other players. In short, as you traverse in the game's various maps, you will have to set traps to catch, hurt, and eliminate other players. And they said it's going to be 2.5D. So yeah, I don't know how anyone would feel about that.
It sounds kind of cool. That old Spivey Spy game was really fun, even though my friend and I were terrible at it. We just ran around and just bombed everything. But
It was. I will say, I will admit, I didn't know that was based on a comic until I spoke to James and he mentioned that it was based. My Spivey Spy is based on Mad magazine. I was like, oh, okay. I don't think we had Mad over here at the time. But it's cool. I loved the old Spivey Spy games. The last bit of news. Although everyone already knows Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows is coming, and this is my big news, a new Ninja Turtles game has been announced. At San Diego Comic-Con, they announced the new Ninja Turtles game coming out this year. It will be an arcade-style beat-em-up side-scroller that is based on the new Nickelodeon TMNT show, including cartoony art style, featuring 4-player local co-op and multiple game modes. The title is aimed at new fans of Ninja Turtles. The game will be released on Xbox 360, Nintendo Wii, and 3DS. No PS3 and no Wii U. Comes out October 22nd in the US, October 23rd in Australia, big up to Kage, and October 25th in Europe. Which means, woohoo! They're bringing 2 Turtle games out. One's for adult fans, which is the store download game, and disc-based one on Wii and stuff for more kids who like the stuff as well. Buying both. But that was my big news. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see that game.
There is a trailer for it up.
Oh, is there? Oh,
Yeah, which I can show you after we record and stuff. I'm assuming you'll probably get the 360 one, not the Wii version.
probably. Yeah, of those choices.
Wii, 3DS, or 360. I'll be getting the Wii one. But that leads us to catch up, which means Fallen Angel. Since you didn't have any news, what games have you played this week?
What have I played this week? I played a bit of God of War Ascension. That was
Nice.
pretty fun. Those Furies are a fucking pain in the ass.
They are.
I completed Skylanders. Hoorah!
Hooah!
It took me. I actually counted it up. It took me 20 something Skylanders before I finally won.
I believe I was on Skype with you when you won.
Yeah. Yeah, it took me 20 something Skylanders to beat that final level. That was the biggest pain in the ass. But most of them were all level 1, so they were all just weak fodder. So if I went through it again with higher level Skylanders, I'd probably be able to do it a lot easier.
Makes sense. And Skylanders was an awesome game, I thought.
yeah. How many did you go through to beat that?
20 something. I think I only had like 3 or 4 left before I used all of them.
It's crazy.
And I have every single one in that game.
Do you have the limited edition Ronald McDonald Skylander only available in European Happy Meals?
No, I've just got the original version of all.
Yeah, I was kidding. None of that figure doesn't exist. Ronald McDonald as a playable character in Skylanders would be fucking epic.
Throws French fries, dumps hot apple pies on people.
Oh god, I'm having flashbacks to the Genesis game. What the hell was it? Global Shooters or something. Mac and someone. Where it was the McDonald's game where everything was like M's and shit and you were going through fucking... And it was an actually good side-scrolling shooter.
I remember, like the platformer one. What was it? Like McKids or something.
That was the same one. That's the
Was
same one
it?
I was
Yeah,
thinking of because
yeah,
it
where
was a
you-
platformer
Yeah,
shooter.
instead of coins, you collect the M's. Yeah.
Oh god, I need to know
There's-
what that game was now.
I remember also there was a 7-Up one, like similar game, and there was a Chester Cheetah one, like of all the random stuff to make into games.
Was the 7-Up one the one with? Was the 7-Up one Cool Spot?
Yes.
Loved it. But what's Richter played this week? They're reminiscing about his fucking cash cows.
Yeah. Played some more Project Crosszone. Still love that game. My wife and I played some more Borderlands 2. We went down to playthrough 1 to beat stupid Hammerlock's DLC and cleaned up a lot of the quests there. And found a version I borrowed from my friend for... I just heard about this because there's that Kamen Rider game on PS3. So I was looking into that because I really want to play that game. And one person said that their favorite one was it was a DS game, which was like a side-scrolling brawler, kind of like Final Fight. So I looked into that and I found out that the sequel was made on PSP. So I was able to borrow that, and that's like actually a pretty cool game. It's I think they're sprites, but the backgrounds are like 3D. But yeah, it's like Final Fight where you pick your main rider and then you get a helper, which can be any of the other characters you can unlock.
No.
And it has a lot of the writers.
Have you seen the new Kamen Rider?
The PS3 one? Yeah, I want to play that.
No, the actual new Kamen Rider.
Oh, no,
like
no,
the
no,
new
no, no.
series.
No, I have not.
Oh.
After seeing...
he is
Yeah?
he is a fruit themed samurai Kamen Rider.
The Fruit Fiend. Hi, Simon.
Wow. No.
Now here's a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Can anything actually be both a fruit and a vegetable?
To
Like,
me-
what if Simon was involved in a horrible accident?
Wow.
I don't know.
I'm sorry,
That
back
guy
to
is certainly very colorful. But, yeah.
Who, Simon?
Yes.
No, we
After
have a link.
Yeah.
Because people on the radio can't see the link.
I know. I was leaving it ambiguous. But yeah, it's a pretty cool game. I've every time I would try pretty much every new writer I unlocked. I've only played a few of the stages, but I was happy that I got 5s early and Kabuto and Decade. So I was like, yay! And then, I mean, you start with 4s, and I don't want to use them because I saw his rider kick, and I'm like, I don't want to use this guy at all. But I think it goes through 4s. I don't think it has Wizard, but so it has a lot of them. I got Black and RX, which is awesome. But that's a pretty cool game. I like it so far. I'd like to play more.
Black and RX. Don't you mean Masked Rider? Masked Rider.
Super Blue.
But I loved Masked Rider. I'm one of the few people that did.
I like the action scenes. The rest of it was don't know why.
And I still say, if you go back in time and you watch Masked Rider, not literally go back through time. It's not like you fucking got like a fucking DeLorean in your drive or something. But if you go and watch Masked Rider and you see Ferbus, do you remember him?
Yes.
Is it a coincidence that years later they released a toy called Furby that looked just like him?
No. He looked exactly like him, yes. So I don't think it's a coincidence.
Did they rip him off, and how come Saban didn't so?
I don't know. But the last game I played this week is I bought it on the Steam sale. It's called DLC Quest. And holy crap, this game is hilarious. Like it's the Steam version comes with DLC Quest, which is the first one, and then the sequel he made called Live Freemium or Die. And if you play modern games and you played old school games, you should play this. If you don't like DLC, you should play this. If you think the industry is being really self-destructive, you should play this. It just, I think the first one's a little bit more heavy-handed, but both of them have lots of, just jabs at the industry and all this kind of stuff. And it's just effing funny. Like you don't whenever you pick up a DLC pack or get to a point, it unlocks it. So then you have to collect coins to go buy it. And literally you go to a part and it's like, oh, there's the forest over here, but you don't have the map for it. So then you have to go buy the map pack so you can go into the next zone. And then when you try to go back, it's like, oh, sorry, it's nighttime, and you don't have the nighttime pack to go back to that zone, and you have to buy that. And you make a sword at one point because you need a weapon, and you have to use a grindstone like 1,000,000 times or something, and then but you can go buy a time is money pack where it'll make it like 1,000 times faster. So you can just go and hit the button a few times, and you get the sword, and just shit like that. It's really funny. And in the second one, they're not very long games, so I'm not, it's more the experience. There's not like plot twists or anything like that. But in the second one, the final boss is the DLC man himself, and he takes some of your stuff and then he just throws stuff at you and throws money at you. And when you collect enough, he comes down and he sells you weapons to use on him. And at one point, the main character even remarks, like, why are you selling me the things that will destroy you? And he's like, if I can make money off of it, I have to do it. And, it's just like, wow, feels like a comment on the industry. But
Yeah.
and like in the second one, when I went to a new zone, it stopped and it had a loading bar. And I just started laughing my ass off because it's like an 8-bit, really retro looking game. They intentionally made loading screens because you can buy a pack that gets rid of them, and it's I think that one's called Day One Patch, and it's like, these are pretty important but not important enough for us to actually fix it before we ship it. Like, that's the description of the pack. Like, they're awesome. And during the sale, the 2-pack was like $1. It was like $1.01, I think, was what I spent for it.
Okay, what type of game is this?
It's like a platformer. Side-scrolling
cool.
platformer, like old.
I may have to get that.
Yeah, it's really effing funny. It's kind of short. The first one you can beat. I beat it in like, I think 32 minutes. The second one was like an hour and a half, but I kept getting not like lost, but I wasn't sure at like 1 or 2 points what I needed to do to proceed. But it's really funny. I mean, in the first one, like, you get to where the final boss is, and it just rolls credits, and that unlocks the epilogue pack that you need to actually fight. It's funny, even though it's short. I would recommend getting it on sale, because I think it's normally, I want to say $3, but it's probably worth that. I bought it for $1. I don't regret it. It was a really funny day that I played it, but awesome game.
Only $1?
That's what it was on sale during the Steam sale. It was $1. It's normally $3.
Yes,
Nice.
that is so much different.
Yes. That's why I said I'd recommend it. You get it on sale. But that's what I played this week.
Nice. Ironically, both games I played this week, first-person shooters. I played, and two of them, I think I mentioned them last week, possibly, but just scooted over them. Battlefield 3. And I've been playing some of that with the Crispy today, as of this recording, which is Wednesday. Pretty fun. I do enjoy the Battlefield games. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not over the top first person shooter lover, but it's fun for multiplayer. And Mike, the one of the character I am at the moment is the support type, if you know what that is. He basically, I throw ammo to help out my team, but which means I can get some extra XP to help level me up that way. As well as that, my gun itself is like this big fuck off gun that just goes and just fucking shoots through everything. My gun shoots so much, I keep getting something called a suppression assist. Which what that is on this one, there's assist and then there's suppression assist. Suppression assist is if you shine the light in your opponent's eyes and it stunned them, or you actually have one of the few guns or something like that which is meant to be so powerful and shoots so many rounds per second, it leaves your opponent a little shell shocked.
Oh wow!
And that's my normal gun. It's just the downside to it is the reloading of it. It's got vehicles, so you could fly like fucking planes, helicopters, which are all fun as hell. And same with the cars and stuff. I wish the air vehicles controlled a little bit better. Some of them are a little bit tricky. I still don't really know how to navigate that helicopter properly. I mean, I got the hang of the plane a bit. I can't land the plane, but that's why I've got a parachute. I just jump out midair.
Use the power glove. That'll make it easy.
Yeah, I just jump out midway and parachute down. While I'm parachuting, I'm thinking, okay, there's a big parachute in the end. Clearly, I'm the good thing. I'm surprised none of them have shot me down yet, but still.
Well, that's the way. That's the way I get rid of every vehicle in Grand Theft Auto. You just dive out of it. I mean, I'm not gonna park it. It's more fun to just be like, this might do something.
Although I did do one the other day, which made the Crispy say, "What the hell's wrong with you?" Just because I wanted to see what would happen, I took the plane, and then I pointed it straight up into the sky when I was flying it, and I just flew vertically up as high as it would go, so high up that I got the all grayed out message of warning: you've left the battle area. You have 10 seconds to leave. 8, 7, 6, and I jumped out, and then pressed parachute. And Chris was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, you should have pressed it later. Why?" I literally was able to get a couple of cigarettes and have a drink and shit by the time I landed on the floor because I was just gliding for ages.
Wow.
Useless as fuck. But the second one is called Payday the Heist. Very different. A very different first-person shooter. Because when someone says first-person shooter, everyone always assumes Call of Duty or Battlefield as the first-person shooters. People seem to forget that first-person shooter can also include Borderlands that you played.
Mm-hmm.
Or this one. This one, you're only killing cops if I don't mean it in a bad way, it's only cops. I mean, you're only killing cops if they come to stop you. What you have to do is you are planning this like a bank heist on the level we've done, where essentially you go up to bank manager, you tie his arms, you take him hostage, you nick his key, you then break into the back, or you've planted some things ready for this heist, and you open up the printer, and you get the thermite, and you get all this stuff, and then you plant the drill. While that's drilling through, you're defending it. When you get through that, you then have to burn the thermite to sink through the floor of the vault in there. Then you have to stack up the bags filled with cash, and you literally have to keep doing that. Then when you filled up all the cash, you have to grab them and make your getaway. So the whole thing is about doing an actual bank heist, and it feels like an actual bank heist while you're doing it, which that's kind of fun. Well, at least I assume it feels like an actual bank heist. It's not like I've actually done one. It's like, well, this is good. It lacks the little element here or there.
They did really thorough research. I mean,
yeah. Oh, wow, there's that guy I pistol whipped.
What are you playing it on?
I'm playing it on PS3.
Okay.
Do you have Plus?
I do. That might be one of the games that I had for free.
That was free on PlayStation Plus. If you could download it, I'll give you a game. Especially because me and Crispy have that game, so that's at least 3 of the 4 people.
There you go. That sounds like a good idea.
Because I'm sorry, that game.
Multiplayer mayhem.
Yeah, multiplayer mayhem, all 3 of us. But that looks awesome. Though I did mention to Crispy if we ever did multiplayer mayhem, we need to constantly be talking in code and movie heist talk.
Yes.
But I don't think I'd be able to keep up. I don't think I'd be able to keep that up long. But
it would be better if we were just making up new stuff. People would be like, "What's going on?" Be like, "We don't know either."
Yeah, and the cool thing about this one as well, just to wrap it up a little bit, is when normal first-person shooters, you get rewarded for just being as brutal as possible. Boom, throw a grenade, boom, yeah, you've got points for that. This one, when you shoot, you need to be fucking careful. Because if you shoot any of the non-police people, you get penalised for shooting possible hostages. Because these bank people, they just want the money and they want to get out. They don't want to kill people, but they'll kill the police because the police are shooting at them. And it gets ridiculous because some of the police are big fucking armored people that come out there with big fucking space helmets on it, which is kind of hilarious. But it's cool. It's something kind of unique, and apparently a second one's coming or something. And the DLC for it's it was £2 for the DLC. So I got the game for free and I got the DLC. So I was like, damn it, Yeah, it seems cool. There's different types of characters too, which means each one of us would play as a different one.
Oh, nice.
Which I do like that, and there's also some benefit to it too of playing in multiplayer and single player.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can carry an extra case of thermite,
Uh-huh.
and it'll melt the floor faster.
Mm.
In single player, you have to drop it, the first bit, set it on fire, and you have to go all the way back and pick it up because the AI won't refuses to help you and stuff like
Right.
that, or packing money bags. So you have to do that and get the hell out, and then go back and then place it there. It's like the money bags. You're told, okay, the police are coming soon. Pack up all the money and make sure you do it before they come. The computer just stands there and watches you pack the bags. If you actually had human people doing it, it'd be a lot faster, and you'd probably get out safer. But still, those were the two games: Battlefield 3 and Payday the Heist. Available now on PSN and the PlayStation Plus for free. Yes.
Yay.
So I'll take us to the opinion piece.
All right.
XGR opinion piece. Blow up. So now. No. So now.
Sick guitar riff.
Yeah. Quick, Kage, give us a beat.
No.
He's not Tomko. But no, the opinion we decided to do this week, we decided to have a little bit of fun. We planned this out a little bit before we start to do this, and each one of us, and by each one of us I mean me and Richter, have wrote out a list of 4 crossover titles we'd like to see in video games, like Richter's. What's that game you've been playing? The crossover one on DS.
Project Cross Zone.
Thank you, Project Cross Zone, which we're going to be doing that. So, yeah. Would you like to take us away with your number 4, Richter, and I'll do my number 4?
Sure. Oh, I didn't. Okay.
I figured with Kage saying he will come up with one at the time, we'll leave him to last. Just in case he comes up with one that happens to be on our list and screws us up.
Okay. I didn't really put them in an order, but I'll just go from the bottom. Okay. 4th one is I would want, since the other ones I came up with weren't RPGs and I love RPGs, I was like, I'm just going to take 2 things I like and put them in an RPG because why not? So I have Transformers and Gundam. Because, yeah, a third-person like action game would be kind of cool. But the problem is, like, I've played some of the Gundam games, but they're usually like space combat-y, kind of like Zone of Enders, and I don't fully like that.
Or
so
Dynasty Warriors.
Or yes. But and I'd love a Transformers Dynasty Warriors, but I don't know. But I'll get to a Dynasty Warriors style game, don't worry. But I think an RPG where you could like take some of the Autobots and some of the Gundam people and just put them together, that'd be awesome. I'd totally play that. And I'm a nerd, but I don't care. I'd play that.
And how about you, Phil Angel? What do you think about Richter's game?
He's speechless.
You've blown his mind.
I know.
Is the Fallen Angel there?
He might be.
I said, what did you think of Richter's game?
It sounds like an interesting concept. It'd definitely be something to see, something to behold.
He fell asleep during it, didn't he?
Probably. But that's I'm gonna make that the subtitle. Transformers and Gundam, something to behold.
Something to behold, that's more than the eye can behold. Okay, my number 4. A Smash Brothers style game. And technically this is cheating because it wasn't video games, but as Richter just pointed out, it doesn't have to be, so thank you for breaking our rule. Thank you for skirting the rules first. Marvel vs. DC in a Smash Brothers game. Because it's too obvious to say I want a Capcom game or I want like Injustice. I don't. I want a Smash Brothers game. I want to see like Hulk and Spider-Man and Superman and Batman and shit. just fucking fighting a fun little brawl like the Smash Brothers games or like the Jump Stars games that are coming out, like the one I'm looking forward to. That'd be fun as fuck. There'd definitely be a market there, and I'd geek out like fuck playing that.
Yeah, that would actually be a really cool game.
How about you, Fallen Angel? What do you think?
I don't know, because I haven't really ever played a Super Smash Bros. Game, so I couldn't really say.
Well, have you ever played a game called Dream TV Fighters? I mean, everyone's played that.
No.
Jump Superstars?
I'm partly kidding with the Dream one, but hi Marcus, as I know Marcus would like to do something with that.
Yeah,
Pimping out his videos.
He did get it. He showed me the disc and stuff.
Showed you the disc, but not playing. That's great.
Well, because his PS2 that can play it is like in his bedroom, and I don't want to go in there to play games. That sounds creepy.
True.
He doesn't listen to these. That's fine. I can make one. But
go into his bedroom and find like meat hooks from the ceiling and chains.
That would be more tame than what I'd expect to find there. But also, you know how studious he is and how much he likes to get things done. So, you know, the arduous task of moving the PS2 from the bedroom out to that front room, that would take him a long time. So he's working really hard on making that happen.
Poor Marcus. I was actually trying to help him and promote what he
I
is.
know.
I was helping.
I know, and I played devil's advocate and I busted him back down. He's gonna burn my house down now. That's okay. Insurance is paid up.
But what's your number 3?
My number 3 is and this one's totally silly, but I'd want Samurai Warriors and Sengoku Basara. Just because one is, you know, made by Tecmo Koei, which is the normal Dynasty Warriors style game, just with the Japanese history people, which is Samurai Warriors. And so Sengoku Basara is basically Capcom's version of that. So I think it'd be funny to have like a Dynasty Warriors style game with another Dynasty Warriors game where their characters are meeting like another version of themselves. So like the more, I don't want to, well, somewhat more tame, somewhat more realistic version meets the Capcom version of themselves. Like, I think that'd be hilarious.
That could be fun. I don't know if Fallen Angel plays Dynasty Warriors.
Probably not. I'll take that as a no.
So will I. My number 3. Mario and Sonic. And I know you're going to say at the Olympics.
I would never say that.
It says below, all in capitals on my notes, platforming, not Olympics, and it's bold and underlined. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 exclamation points. Just so I knew my point.
In 22-point font.
Yeah. But not that anyone here actually can see this, but still, I did that just to make a point of, I don't want Mario and Sonic meeting at the Olympics. I want Mario and Sonic, like, it'd be cool if Sonic was to enter the Mario world and we could see, like, okay, now Sonic's having to rely on his platforming and jumping abilities to get through this level or something. And, oh, okay, Mario's gone on the Sonic one. Now he has to get, like, a new power-up that gives him extra speed and stuff. It'd be cool.
Well, that could also be kind of cool because you could have like the Mario levels and like Mario goes through them normally, and then using Sonic as like a time trial version, you know, so like for speed runs you are literally blowing through the level. That could be kind of cool.
Yeah, that could be cool as well. Which it'd just be something cool, and it'd be cool to see Eggman and Bowser teaming up.
Yeah. It is kind of funny when they first crossed over Mario and Sonic, that the first game, and so far only game they're making, is like, let's take these two platforming guys. I know what mini game collection. You're just like, what?
Or sports game, depending on how you look at it.
Yeah, true. It'd be like God of War, the trading card game. You'd just be like, wait, what? That's my favorite example. I wish that were real. Just actually, I don't, because then I couldn't make the joke anymore.
Aliens v Predator. Chess.
Aliens v Predator Farmville.
Aliens v Predator chess, but the queen figure is like a Skylander giant.
Nice.
But okay, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Metal Gear Rising and Devil May Cry. Not DMC because that's controversial or whatever. Like Devil May Cry 3 or 4, because they're both similar games and they're over the top and awesome third person action. I think that would be, and it'd probably be punishing as crap, which would kind of suck, but it'd still be kind of cool. And I would want to see that. Just although it'd be weird to have two white-haired kind of emo guys yelling at each other, but whatever, that's fine. Plus, Devil May Cry with that, like, I know I'm the only one here that's played Metal Gear Rising, but the Zandatsu mechanic where you just cut things up into as many pieces as you want, like that with Dante doing that would look so awesome. Just like cut demons up in all these little pieces. I don't know.
That could be cool. And like I said, I don't hate Rising. It does look fun. And everything I've seen of it, it does seem cool.
Yeah, it is cool. It's definitely not a Metal Gear game, but...
And how about you, Fallen Angel, so far? Any thoughts on Mario and Sonic or Devil May Cry and Metal Gear Rising?
Not really. I haven't really played many of them. I've played little bits and pieces here and there, but...
Fair enough.
Yeah.
My number 2, technically, I've got 2 games down on this list. That's not cheating, is it, Richter?
No, that's fine.
Because it'll explain why in a sec. Like they're meant to be doing with Street Fighter X Tekken, and then Tekken X Street Fighter. I want Street Fighter X Mortal Kombat, and then Mortal Kombat X Street Fighter.
Nice.
So you get the Street Fighter gameplay with like the Mortal Kombat characters and stuff to see how they work in that, and that'd be cool. And then we go to the Mortal Kombat side, and we'd have like story mode because it's Mortal Kombat. We'd have fatalities and stuff like. Can you imagine Akuma doing a fatality?
Yes. Although I'm pretty sure they would. One of them would have to be the Raging Demon when he like not killed, but looks like he killed him in like the old Super Street Fighter 2 arcade game. When you fight him and you just come out and just destroy Bison, you'd be like, haha, I'm fighting him. You're like, who's this guy?
Yep. See, that one just seemed obvious to me because it was a case of people like Street Fighter Tekken. It was a cool concept, but that's not what people wanted to see. The 2 kings of fighters, in my opinion, is Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat for 2 very different types, but they're two completely different types, but they're also 2 kings of the things.
Yeah.
Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. Back on the SNES, it used to be which one do you like more, Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat? Same with like the Mario and Sonics used to be. So it's just a dream to see those 2 compete.
I would love to see the Street Fighter characters' fatalities. Like, I think that would just be awesome.
See like Dalsim or however you pronounce his name.
Mm-hmm.
See him pull out stretch his arm so long it fucking hangs them.
Yes.
like a noose.
Although I'm pretty sure like several of Rolento's moves, you could actually they wouldn't even have to change them. Like he has that one where he puts them on the hook and like strings them up, and he puts like grenades on people. He's pretty much there.
It's like this one would just be weird as fuck. But
Uh-huh.
how about Blanca pissing on them, then doing his electric attack?
It'd be awesome. I'd want to see Dan Hibiki's. He becomes friends with them, and they kill themselves. They just pull out a gun and end. Just to take the piss out of Dan. Like, he can't even kill anyone there.
And as well as that, with the Mortal Kombat X Street Fighter and Street Fighter X Mortal Kombat, I'd also like to see maybe a what if character. Like I think they did one on Street Fighter X Tekken, I can't remember. Yeah, they did do it. I think they did one with Jin's mother. But there's the final boss. But I'd like to see, like, for example, we've seen Dark Ryu. What if we saw Dark Ryu controlled by Quan Chi? It'd be kind of cool, but yeah, that was my number 2. What's your last one?
My last one would be a side-scrolling shooter / adventure game of Metroid and Mega Man X. So that would
Nice.
be awesome. So you like select bosses like a Mega Man game, but it's like the Metroid bosses, and you could maybe either play as either of them. So like Samus could get a power up, but Mega Man would get like a different version. So it'd be almost like 2 games, or you could have like basically Samus in the Mega Man game, kind of like the one that you just had, or in like then a different version where it's Mega Man in a Metroid game. But either of those I think would be really awesome.
Nice. And that game would also be cool for co-op.
Yeah.
And my number 1 is a crossover. I kind of made this up. It's not like I'm crossing over 2 things I made up, don't worry. One of the reasons I loved the Avengers film, not just because I loved the comics, is because I loved the concept of these various groups that don't make sense just joining together. I would like a game like that, but like I'd like a game to do that, like the Marvel Ultimate Alliance style gameplay and stuff, but with PlayStation characters exclusive to PS4. Like the ones I got written down, for example, as like what they'd be, kind of role they'd be, is like, even though she's not really exclusive, I still count her as it. Lara Croft as like the Black Widow. Kratos as Thor. Sackboy as Iron Man. So what? He uses gadgets and creates stuff at work.
I'm just picturing like height, size, and just picturing these people then like little Sackboy.
And he could even wear his Iron Man costume if you wanted Iron Man.
That would be awesome.
I had Cole from Infamous as the Captain America Super Soldier style. I had Solid Snake as Nick Fury. And from the upcoming Marvel... from the upcoming PS4 game, I had Knack as Hulk.
That'd be cool.
I don't mean they're going to be playing the exact same characters as the Avengers. I mean they're just in the similar roles. Because Knack in that game, he seems to build his body to be like a huge fucking tank that can smash through shit. That's so Hulk.
Yeah.
We got an army. We got Knack.
So it'd be like PlayStation Move Heroes, but without Move. Probably a good game.
It'd be kind of like that, yeah. But it'd be more like... It'd be basically more like the kind of ensemble you got in PlayStation All-Stars, but it would be Marvel Ultimate Alliance style gameplay. So it'd be like an RPG, action RPG.
That'd be cool.
Because I like the Ultimate Alliance and X-Men Legends.
Yes, those were awesome games.
And now we'll turn over to The Fallen Angel. Let's see what he comes up with.
On the spot, what am I coming up with? I think this is something that Chris would like. Dance Dance Revolution with SingStar on PS4.
I don't want to do it.
You'd love it. You know you do. You sing all the time.
So you'd have to dance and sing?
I have SingStar. I have Move. There's a SingStar game called SingStar Dance Edition, which lets you use the Move to dance while you're singing.
Yeah, that's just not good enough. You need to have the Dance Revolution pad on the ground.
Yeah, I don't.
And you got to dance on
it. I don't dance.
I would love to see that, just because like super high level people, like they get so out of breath by the end of it. That'd be just so funny to see someone like scramble. If you've ever seen anyone play doubles like on hard where they have to use both pads, I'm picturing someone doing that while trying to sing, and like all the words are like.
Although I will say, while we're on this topic, that's another game I played this week.
SingStar?
Yes. Because I bought a couple of extra songs for it. Because I had the money on the leftover after I bought some DLCs. I was like, fuck it. And bought in a couple of extra songs. I played it with the Crispy. Oh my god, the melody mode on that just was like, the fuck? It's like you get to sing, obviously, but it launches you into the middle of a song and then plays another song right afterwards in the middle and another one. So we ended up going from like, don't stand so, Don't stand so close to me. He was a skater boy. I said, see you later, boy. He wasn't good enough for him. And it just moved from like one to the other to the other. And it's like, that's awesome. Because yes, I bought a couple of songs for it. Like one of the ones I bought, and this is mainly because of the TV show Community. I bought "Do You Have to? Do You Have to Let It Linger?" But back to Kage.
Mm. And then I think for one other one, Power Rangers versus Super Sentai.
Nice.
That would be
That would be awesome. Because we all know Super Sentai would kick ass.
Super Sentai versus Tommy. That's what it end up as.
Yeah, versus Tommy, basically.
And any other ones?
Not that I can think of, no.
I'm actually surprised.
Mhm.
I had one down on my list, but I deleted it because I figured Kage was probably going to say this. So I was like, okay, I'll delete it to let Kage say it. Surprised he didn't say Pokemon and Digimon.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
I don't think anyone really... It'd be awesome, but I don't think anyone would want to see it.
You're probably
Because
right.
they're so similar, even though they're different.
Well, if we're going to make someone up on the spot, I'm going to throw one out there just to take the piss.
Uh
Pokemon and Zoo Tycoon.
huh. Poke Park Tycoon.
Yes. Well, you get to play it. We'll name it Professor Oak, the game. And watch how many people buy it because everyone wants to be like Professor Oak. And just like Dragon Ball Z Connect, where it came with Goku's hair, it comes with grey hair. Like a grey hair wig. Only in the collector's edition, of course.
Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon. You have to like mash the button to power up Thunderbolt and stuff.
That's Togepi. Oh my god, what does it say about his power level?
It's over 9. Hey, what? He's level 1. What do you want?
Let that Pikachu alone. But yes, I think we've exhausted this topic.
Yep.
But we
Yeah.
did. We just looked at some crossovers. We figured it'd be fun. Next week, the topic shall be, because for the first time ever, we're going to announce it live on air. Drum roll. Enthusiastic drum roll. Thank you. It's going to be, and I technically did a video on this myself, but my list may change because I may just do a couple of ones I haven't done on my list I don't know yet. But MMOs we want to see. Say like 4 or 5 each, depending on whether or not we're joined by whatever her name is.
That person.
Yeah. Currently in OVA.
I was just remembering the when Marcus on the around the pound, his segue to her.
Ah, yeah. It was awesome.
See that coming eventually. Ding.
Unlike Marcus Shadow.
Heyo.
Whoa! Yeah, let's just end there. Okay. I was your host, Chriz, aka El Molio. And I was joined by the big, the bald, the Brutosaurus himself. Or the Funkasaurus himself. Give it up for Ricktor Hammer!
Sad is on a roll. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, you really need to learn how to be an announcer, Chris.
I'm not being an announcer right now, I'm just being a host. Or if you want me to do that, how about this then? How about I just turn around and say, okay, from Australia, weighing in at 500 pounds, and standing at 8 feet tall, breathing fire through his anus, give it up for the fallen angel.
May hell drag you down to the depths of the earth.
See ya.